Hi, everyone.
Good
Happy
morning.
Monday.
Happy Monday. If there is such a thing, we wish you a happy Monday. Mondays are tough for me.
They are for me too, and I'm not feeling 100% today.
Yeah.
But we're
Bethany,
here.
if Bethany disappears, we're all gonna wish her the best. She's not feeling great, but I'm glad you're here with me.
Thank you.
I'm Melody. I'm at the CutterPillar headquarters studio in Salt Lake City, and Bethany is joining us today. She is in Nashville
Hmm.
from her home studio.
Yes,
I hope y'all had a good weekend. Let us
I
know
did.
where
I,
you're from. Let me
I
know
had a
what
good
you did.
weekend. Can I
Good.
tell you something I made this weekend?
Yes.
Look
Cute.
how cute this is.
So do you do that with like a jelly roll strips or did you
You
cut them?
could. I cut my own strips,
Yeah.
and
Cute.
I love making these pouches. Aren't they
Cute.
fun? And so I did like a live sew along yesterday on my YouTube channel, and we sewed this up yesterday. So it's called Quilt as You Go method, and it's so
Right.
fun. And I just thought like we're going to talk about back to school, and I thought, oh, this would be perfect for. You could even make this a little smaller and make it for back to school supplies,
Yeah.
pencil box. Um, Super fun, super cute.
So
This
cute.
is
So cute.
great use for like scrap fabric. So, anyways, if
I
you want to
love
learn
that.
how to make this, you can go watch my live from yesterday on my
That is
YouTube channel.
so cute. I actually did some sewing myself this weekend.
Yeah.
I made a little quilt.
Yeah.
I didn't bring it though. Probably I should have brought it in, but I didn't bring
Oh,
it to
you
the
sent
office.
me the picture of it though.
I
You
did.
want me to pull up the picture? I
I
can pull
sent
up the
Bethany the photo. I took Amy Smart, who had joined us for our handmade collective in
Okay, I'm
June.
gonna hold it up to my camera. Can you see that? She made the cutest quilt.
I made a little quilt. I used Amy Smart's suggestions on pre-cut fabrics, and I had ordered this cute little. It's sort of Christmassy. It's not super Christmassy, but it's kind of like grays and pinks
Yeah,
and greens, and has some little penguins and candy canes on it. And I had told you a
that's
couple
pretty
weeks ago
Christmassy.
it's a little
There's candy
Christmassy
canes.
that I had like kind of mapped out another quilt after I finished the Riley Blake sew along one, and this was it. And so I sewed it up yesterday, and
So fun.
I had so fun. I was just in the zone and I was sewing, and every single member of my family scared the crap out of me yesterday as they
Sneaking
came
up on
through.
you.
They all snuck up on me. They thought it was so funny. My dad scared me. My husband scared me. My grandson scared me. My brother came over. One of my brothers came over to visit with my dad, and he scared me. And my husband was like, "Since when are you so relaxed that we can all sneak up on you like this?" And I
You're
was
in
like,
the zone.
maybe that's saying something because I
Yeah,
was. It was just,
you
I had
need
my
this.
headphones in and I was just sewing along. It was super
Yeah.
fun. Yeah.
No, I get that. But I'm glad that you had fun, and I messaged her back and I was like, "You've caught the bug. You're
I
unstoppable now."
I have caught the bug, and my brain is now moving to my next thought. Although I have to go back and finish working on that one that I started on with the piecing the strawberries and the sunflowers and the animals and
Yeah,
stuff.
but that's one that's a little more time consuming and challenging. So I think it's one that you can kind of chip away, but like still having these other like fun, quick projects that you can squeeze in to keep building your skills, I think is such a good idea. It's called balance, right? We
Yes,
gotta have,
and
if you're
yes,
always doing something that's challenging you, it becomes overwhelming, and it will shut you down. So like balancing the more challenging projects or the more in-depth projects with something that's a little faster and quicker. So you kind of get that satisfaction of completing something along the way of working on this other big project, I think is a
yes.
good balance.
I think so too. I think that's really great. I really sort of I hope you all caught our live Friday with Karen and Lindsay when they were talking about works in progress and they're
Mhm.
challenging us to do those kinds of things. And so that's what my brain is like, okay, my next one is this other thing that I got a while ago that I
Yeah.
haven't finished yet. My next one is this thing. So I have sort of a list in my brain of stuff. My problem though is, well, it's the way the world, tell me you guys if this happens to you. The problem is it's the way the world works now is I'm on social media, right? And I click on something and now all of my ads are buy these quilting kits because I bought a thing. And like I'm like, ooh, I want to make that. Ooh, I want to make that. Ooh, I want
Yep.
to make that. And all of that keeps happening. But that's
And it's
okay.
even worse when you're going into fall and Christmas, because if that season really speaks to you,
Yeah.
like fall, all things fall speak to me.
Yeah.
I know all things Christmas speak to you.
Yes, they do.
And that's where we get a little loosey goosey with the credit card.
Yes, we do. And I'm having to like lecture myself all the time
Yeah.
because I'm going to Europe next week. And so
Yeah.
I can't buy any more projects, but I want to because I keep seeing them pop up online. But
I
that's okay.
have to say the fabric you can buy over there is, I'm so jealous. So please take advantage of that.
Well, so we're going on a cruise. So we're only going to be like off the boat for
Yeah.
however many hours a day. If my first goal is to find a Christmas shop everywhere we stop, if I can.
Mhm.
If not, then my next one is some sort of a fabric shop. So
Yeah.
we're bringing extra suitcases inside our suitcases because I'm assuming we're going to bring home a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Like I had lunch with my sister on Saturday, and she wanted to take her favorite sandals to a shoe repair place next to where we were having lunch, and it was so cute. And she brought him into this cute little guy who was like, "Yeah, I can fix them, but it's going to be like $100 to fix them." And she's like, "That doesn't seem wise when I can get sandals for less than that, right?"
Yeah.
And then she goes, "I got him in Greece. I really wanted to be fixed." And I was like, "Well, I'll look for some more like that."
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh, I forgot. That's so great." So anyway, I have a list of to-dos when I go next
Well,
week.
I should add to it then.
Add to it. Add to it. My to-do list is not going to override my vacation, but it is there.
No.
And if you have anything on a to-do list, by all means, let me know. I can send it in your next care package.
I love it. I love it. Well, we have some exciting things to share with you guys today because it's our first live of August. We are kicking things off, all things back to school. And we thought we would kick things off with paper products, our paper crafting products. So our pro paper trimmer, our crop paper trimmer, and our crease scoreboard. And we have a new deal for you guys. So if you've ever been on the fence about one of our paper trimmers, this is the week to get it because we've never done a BOGO before, but we're
Right.
doing a BOGO. So let me share what that deal is. And then Melody's going to walk you through what our paper trimmers are and kind of compare them side by side and why you need both because this deal allows you to get both. So if you buy the Pro Trimmer, which is a Pro paper trimmer, then you can get the crop paper trimmer for half off this week only. No code necessary. You just put both in your cart and the crop trimmer will automatically be changed to half off. Half off. That's 50% off the crop trimmer.
Yes.
I mean, it's like the coolest BOGO deal. We've never done this before. I'm really excited about it. And while she's sharing about it, I'm going to drop links to these two products so you can easily add them to cart. But don't check out yet because we have another product that we've got on sale as well that you can add to cart as well. So we're going to kind of go through all three, but this is the first part of it.
Yeah, and this is and like Bethany said, like right now, this is everything back to school. And we've got some other things to tell you about for our back to school fun stuff that we've got going on. But we thought paper trimmers because every classroom needs a paper trimmer, right?
Yeah.
Like if you go to your kids or your grandkids' classrooms to help and you go to the workroom and you use those scary guillotine cutters to trim things down, they used to scare me to death, the trauma of those things. And so these are really, really great paper trimmers to have in a classroom or in a workroom at a school. And this is the best time. Like you can get one for yourself. You can donate one to the school or to your favorite teacher or, you know, school
or
projects are going to be coming.
Both, right? Like you can get both in this BOGO deal. Keep the crop for yourself if you don't need a big one and donate the pro or vice versa. I mean, like it's such a good deal.
It's such a good deal. And I can't tell you how many times in raising my kids, there were school projects on a Sunday night that were due on a Monday morning or on a Thursday night and due on a Friday. When if I didn't have a paper trimmer there to be able to do those things. And the beginning of school season is always the all about me things, right? Like they're making posters and things like that for those kinds of projects in their classrooms. And now's a great time to get those paper trimmers for yourself, for the classroom, donate to the school, whatever. So that's why we're starting with the paper cutters.
Right. And I put links to both in the chat. So the Pro Trimmer and the crop trimmer, add both to cart and you'll see the crop trimmer automatically be half off. So you have to have both in cart to see that discount. And that's this week only. So today through Sunday only will
Yes.
this BOGO deal be happening.
Yes, yes. So let me show you guys our paper cutter. I'm going to flip my camera here. Yay, I did it right. Okay, so we have, like Bethany mentioned, we have 2 paper cutters. The thing about the paper cutters is the mechanisms of them are identical. They work exactly the same. The difference is in the bases. So let me show you how they work really quick here. First of all, they work on their rotary cutter. So it's a nice smooth cut because of the rotary cutter. The blade is housed inside this cartridge here. If I tip that up, you can see that the rotating blade is inside this cartridge. So it's nice and safe. It is so great for back to school. It's so great for young kids to use. Husbands can use them as well. Significant others. You don't have to be worried about somebody hurting themselves. So you can use, it's nice and safe in there. It works on a gear system. So within this cartridge, this is going to be a little bit hard to see, but within this cartridge, there are little gears, and there is a gear track in the bar here. And so when this slides up and down this bar, that blade rotates automatically. So it's kind of like you're guiding a power saw. It isn't like you have to use your energy to push down on those spring-loaded or to tear through the paper or anything like that. The mechanism does the cutting for you. It's also a self-maintaining blade system. You've got a hardened steel and a softer steel. So every time you use it, it keeps itself sharp. I started working for CutterPillar almost 9 years ago. I got my first paper cutter from CutterPillar about 10 years ago, and I've never, ever replaced the blades on them. I will admit wholeheartedly, I do not get to use them as often as I would like, but it's been 10 years and I've never, ever replaced the blades, which is so great. And because that mechanism works the way it does, and because it stays so sharp, you can actually cut down to about 1/64 of an inch. So if you are working on projects, look how tiny that is. If you are working on projects and you cut something off by just a tiny little bit, you can go back and fix it. You don't have to pull out your scissors. Cutting straight on paper is not something, I always say the only people that can do that are kindergarten teachers, and bless them for being able to do that, but I cannot cut straight with a pair of scissors to save my life. The other thing that makes our paper trimmer stand out is we have this LED light bar right here, and that light bar will light up your cut line. It's kind of hard to see with all the bright lights in the studio, but you see the shadow right there? That is exactly where the cut line is going to be. So you can always get super accurate between how sharp the blades stay and that light. You can get super detailed and super accurate to what you're trying to do. Now, the difference between the paper cutters, this is our Pro. This is the big one. It has a full base here, which I love. This is my favorite one because most paper that I cut is 12 by 12. And this measurement goes out 12 and a half. So it's a little bit bigger than 12 and a half by 15 inches. So your whole paper can set right on here, nice and solid. I like that. It's just a preference thing. Like I said, the mechanisms work exactly the same. The Pro trimmer has a storage drawer where you can put other papers, you can put snacks, you can hide cash from your family in there. It's a funny thing, and I say it all the time. I always did that when my kids were still in school. I would hide stuff in there because they would steal money if they saw it anywhere else. So that's the Pro trimmer. The crop trimmer, same length. So you can do the same size paper that way. Again, mechanism exactly the same. This does have a swing out arm. So this swings out to about 17 and a half inches measuring. So you can do a full paper on this one as well. You just have to make sure you're butted up on the top, and you have a little bit of give right here, but usually you're just holding it where the platform is anyway on this one. So you can measure and you can get bigger on this one because of the measurements are bigger. But the way it's built, the base is molded so that this swing arm is never going to overextend. So it's never going to make a crooked cut because of that. And then the measurements on here go just past 6.5. So we've extended the base compared to most smaller trimmers. So you're able to measure and cut most things without even opening up the arm. You can do most of it right on top of this. And this is a smaller profile. It takes up a lot less space. So like Bethany mentioned, we are having a buy one, get one half price for back to school. Buy the Pro trimmer, get the crop trimmer at half price. Amazing deal. We don't do that. We don't do buy one, get ones like ever. But we thought paper trimmers back to school, what is better than that, right? So those are the paper trimmers. We also have a special deal on our crease scoring board. So this is also great to use for projects. It will score If you do handmade cards, it will score the card bases for you. It will score all kinds of things. Now, Bethany doesn't know this, but I left it on sale. So the crease scoreboard is actually on sale right now. And if you use code back to school, all one word, you will get an extra 30% off of the crease just this week for back to school, guys. Just this week. Crazy deal. That is definitely the best price we've ever had on the crease. But the thing about the crease, what is so cool? So if you are making cards, if you're scoring things, your little tools are over here in the compartment, which is great. It comes with a ball stylus instead of a bone folder. Bone folders poke through paper really easily. The ball stylus is nice and smooth. And we created this ball stylus to be the exact same size as the grooves inside the crease scoreboard. So it fits really easily. So the chances of you slipping off if you're doing any scoring are pretty low because that ball stylus fits exactly. And so you can score like you're used to scoring on any other scoreboard with the ball stylus. And you can score and you can fold and you can try to remember that rules when you're scoring paper, whether you're supposed to fold with the grain or against the grain, or I don't really know what the rules are. But we also have this other piece here. So this is our reverse score. So when you use the reverse score tool, you can set this wherever you need to make your score. So if you need to score at 3 inches, there's a little red dot right on top of there that helps you guide where that 3 inches is. You just set that in here and it just sets nice and smooth. You don't have to clip it in or unclip it or anything like that. It just sets right in there. And then you put the paper over the top, and the back side of your scoring tool has this little metal channel right here that fits over the metal piece on your little scoring rule. Now, if you are a card maker, if you are a paper crafter, if you are used to scoring and using those old scoreboards at all, this is going to feel super bizarre. It's going to feel really strange because it's completely backwards of what you're used to doing. But you're going to use that tool on the back side and you're going to score over the top. And now it doesn't matter how thick your paper is. It doesn't matter what direction you score. It is never going to crack. This is our 90-pound cardstock here. You can score in both directions and you can fold in any of your directions and it is not going to crack through your paper. That's always the issue. If you are a paper crafter, if you make cards, if you do any of that stuff, every time you go to score, you have to have an engineering degree on the grain of the paper to make sure that you cut it in the right direction so that you can score it later in the right direction. I have never been able to figure that out. So I love this scoreboard so much with this reverse score because you never, ever, ever have to worry about that. You can just, whichever direction you do it, it's not going to hurt your paper. You can score lightweight. You can score regular text weight copy paper. You can score vellum. You can score handmade paper. You can score textured cardstock. You can score 100-pound cardstock, all of that, and it is going to stay nice and smooth. Hi, Lori, welcome. So back to school this week, starting with our paper crafting products because we all have back to school projects, or our friends do, or our family does, or our kids or our grandkids will have back to school projects to do. And these are the great ones. When you get your photos, when your school photos that come in for your kids or your grandkids, and you're trying to cut those out, it's always terrible. And so you can use these paper trimmers for that because that light will shine through. So we're super excited about that. So back to school, buy the Pro Trimmer, get the crop trimmer for half price, no coupon code needed. Stick those right into your shopping cart and it will automatically take half off of the crop trimmer if they're both in your shopping cart. Keep in mind, we do have free shipping over $98, so that will ship for free. Throw on the scoreboard if you don't already have the scoreboard because it's already on sale. Plus, you can use code back to school to get an additional 30% off of it this week for back to school. We also have some other fun stuff for back to school. Bethany and I are going to tell you about.
We do.
So excited about.
Our love for teachers does not stop with our amazing deals. We have decided to implement a program specifically for teachers to be able to always get a discount on our products, no matter what time of the year. And we've partnered with GovX ID in order to do so. And we have tested it. We know it works. I would shout out to my friend Jennifer, who was our guinea pig last week. We needed a teacher with a teacher ID from their school to be able to go through the process. So I'm actually going to share my screen.
And also just know, like, if it's not just teachers, it's educators. You just need a school
Yes.
ID. So it's
School ID.
administrators, it's teachers aides, it's anybody that works within our education system that has a school ID. We are so grateful for my sister. My sister is a high school English teacher. Bless her. I couldn't imagine going to high school every day at my age. Man.
I don't have the patience. There's no way.
My daughter and my soon-to-be son-in-law are both in college. He's in law school. Bless those teachers for helping them fulfill their dreams. We just are so grateful for educators all around. So we wanted to do a little thank you. So Bethany's going to walk you through how that works.
So first of all, I pulled up our crease scoring board because, as you can see, Melody said it's already on sale, 20% off. And when you add it to cart, you get and you use the code back to school, you get an extra 30% off. Yeah. So I'm actually going to share what it looks like in the cart. That means that you're literally getting this crease scoreboard for $28, which is unheard of. I hope you guys know that. But what I want to point out on the screen here, if you scroll down a little bit, is this right here, GovX ID. If you click on this, when you get to your cart, you'll see this and you'll sign up. You'll click on it. It has a little pop-up, which I can't show on StreamYard. I've tried, but it'll pop up and have you make an account with GovX ID, and you'll go through the steps to put in your email and take a photo of your school ID and upload that. And once you set up your GovX ID account, you only have to do that once. It verifies that you are actually a teacher. And then once that's done, the next time you come and shop with us and you want to get your teacher discount, you just have to click on that again, put in that email and password, and then it automatically gives you a code. The first time you do it, you submit your photo of your ID, and then it'll give you your discount code right there. It pops it up on the screen for you to use. There's no waiting for an email or anything like that. It's very quick, which we love. So you can do this from your phone. You can do this from your computer. It's totally up to you. But once you set up a GovX ID, just make sure you note the email and password somewhere where you keep that information safe. So that way, when you come back and visit again, you can use it and you'll always get your teacher discount on our products. And this is kicking off right now today because it's back to school season and we want our teachers to be supported by that. But it's not going away. This is a permanent fixture on our website with GovX ID. There are other amazing groups of people out there, service members and things like that we will probably add to this later on. But we wanted to kick it off with teachers right now in August and just say thank you to our teachers. So we wanted to start with that.
Yes. And I'm super excited for it because, like we've mentioned a little bit, like it's a thankless job. And and like Bethany mentioned, it's for any and all of our products, and it's a standard discount, and it's a you can use it at any time. The only thing that you do need to keep in mind if you do sign up for it, you can't stack coupon codes in our system. Is just the way that works. So there may be promos or specials going on with a coupon code that would be better than your GovX ID teacher coupon code. So just keep that in mind. You're not able to use more than one coupon code. But this way, at any time, if you're like, oh my gosh, you're a teacher, I have a project coming up, I have to do some things, I need to get that thing that I've been waiting to get, you can always use that coupon code, whether we have a promo going on or not.
Yeah. So the other thing that we are doing, because we're not stopping there with just saying, hey, teachers, we want to find these teachers. Some of these teachers may not even know that we exist yet. And we want to find them. We want to support them. And the best way for us to do that is for people like you who do know about us, our amazing customers and followers and everybody, to nominate a teacher, because we want to show teacher appreciation to everyone. So I already dropped the link in the chat to nominate a teacher. If you go to this link, at the top, you'll see a big banner and a place for you to put in your information and your teacher that you want to nominate, and why you're nominating them. We want to hear those sweet stories, and that's going to enter them into a really fun giveaway. We're giving away something every week, and then we'll have a bigger giveaway at the last week of August. So this is running for the entire month of August, where you can nominate a teacher. Yes. To be entered into this giveaway. And as a thank you, you'll get a discount from us as well for just taking a few minutes to nominate a teacher. And you can nominate more than one teacher.
You can also nominate yourself if you are a
Yeah,
teacher or an educator. We are not mad if you do that. We would love that.
no.
And I think back to, I'm sure you do the same thing, Bethany. I think back to the teachers that stood out to help my kids as they were growing up,
Oh
because
my gosh.
school age is tough. Junior high is tough. High school is tough. So I remember
Yeah.
those teachers that meant something to them, and that how they would go over and above. My kids had challenges. We live in Utah. They're biracial. There were some challenges for them. And there were several teachers who, if we had this thing that we could do now, I think back and I would totally nominate. And if they were
Oh
still
yeah.
there, I would go do it now, because they helped my kids in times when they needed it.
Oh yeah.
I think about the teachers that are helping my grandson now. He's got a single mom, and we're in Utah, and there's a whole lot of stories to all of those things, but they stand out. Teachers are so important for our kids.
I will say, like, so my son has autism, so school was really challenging, especially elementary. And he got bullied and picked on a lot as well. And he had a really hard time in elementary. And I will say, having the right teacher, especially with a child with needs like that, it makes all the difference in the world.
All the difference in the world.
And it's the reason it wasn't just all the hard work we did at home that made him the amazing kid that he is, that he can go to college and be self-sufficient, independent. It was also the amazing teachers we were blessed with. And I couldn't thank him enough. There were so many times where they like loved on him as if they were their own child. And because I was a single mom. So it's like, it was just me, and it was exhausting. And I honestly could not have survived. I had some teachers from previous schools, when we would switch to a different school, that would come and sit in like those IEP meetings and be my support, because it was just a lot. Right. And so I couldn't say thank you enough. I don't know how you all do it, but you have more patience in your body than I do in my pinky toe. And there's a reason why I'm not a teacher. I like a very good reason
you don't do that.
I like to teach sewing to adults. Okay.
Yes.
But I as a mom whose son is now 19 and about to start his second year of college, it makes all the difference in the world. And even at the college level, he's had some great support advisors, teachers that are like, hey, if you just come ask for the help, I'll help you. Like, and he has felt comfortable doing so. And I think that makes all the difference in the world. Having that mutual respect and love for each other made my son feel like more safe and comfortable in the classroom, even when dealing with kids that didn't treat him very kindly. So I think having those teachers love on him made all the difference in the world. So we cannot thank you enough. Now I want to share on here on this website, on this page that I linked, you can say thank you. You can nominate a teacher. And then if you scroll down, this is where teachers can learn all about how to go through that GovX ID process. It'll give you a code to set up your account the first time. It'll have you fill in a little bit of information about your position, what type of school you work at. Is it like an elementary, K through 12, or university, public, private? It's just information that they collect, and that goes along with your ID image. And you'll upload that. I promise, I was on the phone with Jennifer when she tested it for me, and it just took a few minutes for her to go through. And then it's done. And then once you have, like I said, once you have an account, you're good to go. And you don't have to go through that process every single time. So I just wanted to share that with you all. And please go nominate a teacher or multiple teachers or yourself. Don't be afraid to do that.
Yeah, don't be, for sure. Don't
tell
be
us why you need this product or need cutting tools or whatever it is. So this week, later this week, we'll be picking a winner at the end of this week. We'll announce it next week, the winner for this week's giveaway. And we'll do that each week. And we'll be giving something away each week.
Yes.
To one of those nominated teachers. So the only way we can give it away is if you go and nominate a teacher. So we hope to see all those sweet stories. We'll probably share a few of them. And I don't know. I thought this was just a fun way. I'm really excited we figured out how to make all of this work.
Yes.
On the back end. So
it took us a minute.
Yeah. We're not tech people, but Melody and I figured it out. Okay.
We are not tech people, but we figured it out. Yes. And I'm super excited about it.
Yeah.
And yes, make sure to nominate someone so we can have the giveaways, because we want to just it's not a lot, but every little thing helps. And we would love to thank some of our educators out there
Yeah.
that work in the education system for sure to give a little thank you for that. So please
Absolutely.
nominate anybody that you can think of or yourself for sure.
We understand that like budgets are small.
Yeah.
And teachers don't make a ton of money and they do pay for a lot of the stuff in their classrooms. So us being able to offer them a discount is our way of saying thank you, and our way of saying like we want to make sure you have the right tools. By the way, these paper cutters for a classroom, you might think, oh, that might not be safe, but they are, because they've got those guards around the rotary blades. So like
They're
these are probably the
completely
safest paper cutters on the market that you could put in a classroom.
for real. Like, in order to cut yourself on one of these, not that I'm trying to tell you to do it, but in order to cut yourself, you would have to somehow figure out how to get this blade moved all the way out and like scoop your fingers up underneath there in order to cut yourself. Like, and like you can't even really fit. So like they're so safe. You will not cut yourself. They're perfect.
It's safer than a pair of scissors. Jenny had a question. She said, do we need to nominate our teacher every week, or just once is enough? Just once. Just once, because we'll pull from the whole list and we'll be adding to the list the whole month. So we'll just pull at random. So you don't have to renominate them each week, but we will be doing a different giveaway each week. So think of all the teachers you know, nominate all of them, nominate yourself, nominate your coworkers if you are a teacher. Yeah. If you're watching right now, I know my friend Jennifer, her son started his first day of middle school today, and he is officially as tall as she is. So I know she's not watching right now because they're working, because here in Tennessee, school has started back.
That is so crazy. My grandson here in Utah starts next week on Wednesday, which feels early for me in Utah, because I never went back until the end of August or early September when I was growing up. I don't think my kids did either, but hey, I think they did a thing where they start a little earlier and have a little bigger of a break during winter.
Yeah.
I think. I'm not sure. But
well, and they get out before Memorial Day in May. So they get out a little earlier.
Yeah, and then they can get out a little earlier, which is nice. That part's nice. Yeah. That part's really nice.
Because it gets hotter here earlier. So we can start summer a little earlier. That's, I think, part of it too.
Yes.
My son starts his first day of his sophomore year of college starts on the 21st. So we've got to figure out when he's moving back into his dorm.
Yeah.
That week or the weekend before. I don't really know yet. It's all kind of up in the air. I've got to figure that out. But we got to get him moved back in. He's got his class schedule. It's a heavy load. He's got engineering classes, chemistry, pre-cal and trigonometry. There's chem labs, engineering labs. I mean, it's a lot. And I'm just like,
good for him. There's a reason why we work in the industry we work in, because all of that for me is like,
nope,
can't help you out.
I can't help you there.
Good luck, Brock. We love you to death, and we wish you well, and we will send you all the good vibes and prayers for you. But don't ask for help with your homework. Don't do that.
No. I have not been smarter than my son since he was probably in like third grade. Like, he's always been very advanced. And I've always said that.
They've changed the way they do math since.
Oh yeah, don't even get me started on
like that. I used to be really good at math. Was on the math team. I was in the math team in high school, and I used to tutor in college. But now I couldn't help my kids. They changed it all. And I'm like,
well, I could help him get to the answer, but it's not showing the work how the teacher wants to see it. That's how it's like so much easier in like 2 steps instead of 20 steps. Like, I feel like it's making it harder.
I think so too.
Yeah, he's going to be taking some really tough classes, and he's also got his part-time job at Chick-fil-A. He's been doing that this summer, working here, but he got hired by campus, so he's going to have a part-time job as well. Plus, he's in the climbing club for rock climbing. Like, he's got a lot on his plate. But I'm one of those people, and I feel like he's the same way. Is if we have too much free time, we procrastinate and things don't get done. Whereas if we fill that time, then the free time we have, we prioritize to study or do those things that are important. And it just seems like that kind of routine helps. And we'll see what happens. But yeah, I appreciate all the prayers and love. And
and it'll keep him out
I'm
of
a little
trouble. Not
nervous
not
for
that
him.
he's a troublemaker, because that's such a
Not.
good kid, but it'll keep him like you said, it'll
Yeah.
keep him busy enough that he won't have time to just sit and procrastinate or just
Play
get in
video
trouble
games.
or play video games or whatever. Not that like doing that some of the time is great to have a little bit of
Yeah,
downtime, but
decompress. Yeah.
it's so that's amazing. So guys, it's August. I can't believe their school's already starting the
Yeah.
first week of August, but it is back to school time. I know that some of the school districts in Utah, at least they used to do year-round school, so sometimes they would start this early, but they would have random months off throughout the year.
It's
I don't know if
different
they still do
everywhere,
that.
which makes
It's
it
different
hard.
everywhere. Yeah, for sure. But we are celebrating back to school. We are trying to celebrate teachers
Yes.
this month. So if you are a teacher, if you know a teacher, please nominate yourself or someone else in the education field for our giveaways. We want to give back and help a little bit where we can. Also, if you are a teacher or if you are an educator in any way and you have a school ID, you can sign up with our GovX ID program that we've launched onto our website. It's pretty quick. It just takes a few minutes. Just answer a couple of questions and upload your ID, and then you will get a discount code that will pop up that you can use in the shopping cart. Please keep in mind that stacking coupon codes does not work in our system. But if something is on sale and you use your coupon code, it will add to that. So that is. And
I will say you get one coupon code per 24 hours. And if you don't use it in 24 hours, you'll have to go through the GovX ID, sign in again, and get a new code. They do that for security reasons, so it doesn't, like, someone doesn't hack it, right? So just know, like, if you are ready to check out, that's the time to get that code and add it to the cart to get that discount. So
right. But once you fill out all the information and upload your ID, you don't have to do all of that again. You just have to sign in and you'll
it's
get
like logging into anything, right?
Like PayPal, when you're paying with PayPal, you just put in your email
password,
and your
really easy
password and stuff.
Yeah.
So we've got that going on. We've got nominated teacher going on. We've got standard teacher discount. That's going to be the deal going forward. We've also got a buy one, get one deal on our paper cutters, because every classroom needs a good paper cutter. Everyone at home needs a good paper cutter, whether it's back to school projects or any other projects that may come up. Having a good paper cutter is priceless. So buy both. Listen, one I leave at home on my desk all the time. I do have the smaller one. The bigger one's my favorite, but I do have the smaller one that I take with me places. And it's smaller to travel with. So there's great reasons to have both, either for yourself or donate one to the school or give one to a teacher friend or whatever. Christmas is coming, guys. It's coming. I'm going to start decorating soon. All of that. Plus we have our crease, our scoreboard, that you get an extra 30% off this week if you use code back to school.
It literally makes it $28, y'all.
It makes it it's $50. Retail $50. So
did we mention that we don't have very many of these left?
We don't have very many of our scoreboards left, guys. We don't.
And when they're gone, they're gone.
Yes, when they're gone, they're gone. But they're the best scoreboards out there. If you do paper crafting at all, if you score anything ever, it is the best scoreboard to have. So go back and watch the video a little bit if you came in late and see how that scoreboard works. It's the best scoreboard. I've been in the paper crafting world in some form for almost 30 years. Wow. And it's the best scoreboard I've come across. And these are the best paper cutters that I've come across.
Yeah, for sure.
They're just so great. So, yeah, I think we've covered everything, haven't we?
Yeah, I think
on a Monday morning.
I know it's early. We appreciate you hanging out with us.
We are doing a live on Friday.
We are,
right? Aren't we?
You're doing a live on Friday.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Right?
Okay.
That's this Friday, right?
Let's say this. We have a live on Wednesday.
Yes.
With Karen and Lindsay. They attended like a sewing school when they got their new machine. So they're going to be sharing all sorts of like things that they learned from that with you all, which is exciting. And then on Friday, Melodee's going to come back and do a paper craft project. So a true craft along. And it's back to school themed.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a lot of fun. I think I'm going to actually do it with you on Friday.
I think you should come and join me and do it with me. It's something that that it isn't necessarily only back to school. And even if you're not a paper crafter, it's a great little project because it's
I'm
fun
not
to
a paper crafter, but I want to make one of these because we're going to be using notebooks or
Right.
the composition books, but I use those all the time to take
Yeah.
notes for work, for things I'm doing, my to-do list, like everything just kind of lives in those.
Yeah.
Um, I
Yeah.
think it would be fun to decorate one. So
Yeah.
we're going to
So we're
be,
going to do that on Friday. And
is there
then
anything specific we need to bring besides cardstock and a notebook?
cardstock in a notebook. And like every time I do a craft along with paper crafting, I always do like a collection of things, right? From whatever company I'm choosing, because then paper and stickers match and embellishments match. You can do it with just cardstock. You can do it with cardstock and stickers. You can do it with other things. You can add ribbon.
We
You
can
can add
have
whatever you want.
double-sided tape.
Double-sided tape, or glue stick is fine.
Okay.
Because it's not.
We don't need scissors. We're going to use our paper cutters, right?
We're going to use the paper cutters. It isn't something that you have to worry so much that the glue's archival safe as if you were memory keeping. You wanted to make sure your glue is archival safe for your photos, but it's just a fun little paper craft to kind of brighten up and make your little notebooks a little more fun, because those notebooks aren't that great. And they're great for the kids to take to school this way. It's just,
well, it gets them excited about their notebook when they can personalize it. So bring the kids, have them craft along, have them make it themselves, personalize it. And then you know what? They're probably less likely to lose it if they make it personalized.
Yes, that's true.
Ask me how I know.
Well, and you can do it with them. Like that's the thing. Like you can do a little bit of prep and then have them join you, which is fun to do too. Maybe I'll bring Grayson in and make him work on one.
Oh, that would be fun. I could see if Brock, I doubt Brock would want. No, Brock will be at work.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what Grayson's schedule is. We have him quite a bit during the summer because, like I mentioned, his mom, my daughter is a single mom, and she works, and so he's with us a lot during the summer when school is out. But whenever she has days off, she takes him back, of course. And so I don't know what the schedule is this week, so I don't know if he'll be here or not. But anyway.
I actually just dropped a link in the chat. So Joyce said she enjoyed my bag class yesterday. I did this yesterday. This is like a little zipper pouch, but it's quilt as you go method. It's really fun for little back to school projects. If you're looking for something that you can sew back to school, I just dropped a link to my live from yesterday that I did on my channel. If anybody wants to learn how to make it, it's really fun and easy.
Yeah.
Really fun and easy. Someone asked about it, so I wanted to share that link real quick in the chat. But just over on my Craft with Bethany.
Jana was asking if you were live later today. Are you going live again later today?
Nope, not that I know of.
You're like,
nope.
Nope.
Mondays and Tuesdays are like big meeting days.
Yes.
So that's what I'll be doing. Most of the rest of today is a lot of work meetings.
Yes.
I'm eyeball deep in planning our September virtual event, and I have a lot of meetings with educators this week to finalize who are the lucky educators that are going to be teaching you all at this event. So
we're so excited for that.
Fingers crossed we get some knockout. I know we will. They're all amazing.
They're all amazing.
It's going to be hard selecting just I have more people interested than I have spots to fill. So I'm a little worried about that. But we can't be live all day.
No, we can't. Catherine has a great question. Can a homeschool educator be nominated? Yes.
They have to have a teacher ID.
For our contest, for our giveaway, yes.
For the giveaway,
sure.
yes.
Yes.
To use the GovX ID, you have to have a teacher ID.
Right.
And or you can either submit a teacher ID or use your teacher email, which is like a .edu email. Right. So if you don't have an ID, because not all schools do that, and it's like maybe a smaller private school and they don't have that, or homeschool group, but you have a .edu email as a teacher, they'll validate it that way. Right. So you don't have to necessarily have a picture ID to use the GovX ID, but you do have to have either that or a .edu email. Right. But for her to use that, but to nominate a teacher, it can be a homeschool teacher.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
You're a teacher is a teacher in my book.
Yeah. If you're willing to listen, if you have the patience, you're willing to do that in any capacity. Yeah. We salute you. So by all means.
You know what's funny? So my son works at Chick-fil-A and he was in the drive-thru taking people's orders the other day, and his teacher, it was his kindergarten and first grade teacher. He had her 2 years in a row. She went through the drive-thru.
Oh, funny.
He took her order, did not recognize her, And then like she pulls forward, he's taking other people's orders, and then he walks back up into the shade, and he's walking past her car, and she goes, "Are you Brock?" And he's like, "Yeah." And she's like, "I was your kindergarten and first grade teacher. You're so tall." And like, but he's like, I haven't seen her since like probably second grade. That, the last time he was in
Bless
that
the
school.
teachers. Oh my
And
gosh.
she was one of those that loved on Brock a lot and
Yeah.
just had a special place. And she's one that came and sat through those IEP meetings with me and held me while I cried and
Right,
all
right,
that stuff.
right,
And like,
right.
but she also had a son with like ADHD and like really struggled as well. So she got the path. She understood the path I was going down and understood what Brock was dealing with, and just loved on him so big. And they got to connect in the drive-thru all these years later, and
I
she
love
still
that.
recognized him even though he's like way tall now and like all grown up. So
See,
it's
that's
just
the
so
thing
sweet.
about teachers. Like that's the thing that is so beautiful. Like that's one of the many things
Yeah.
that's just so beautiful because they do that.
Yeah.
They remember those things, which is
Yeah.
just crazy to me, you know?
I know.
I love
My
that so
mom
much.
was a teacher, and she's still sees grown people,
Yeah.
and then she had their kids as well. And so she sees them and they're now grown, So
Right.
she's like, she's always getting invited to parties or
Weddings.
showers or
Yeah.
weddings or
I love
whatever.
that.
And she's like, I taught them when they were in pre-K or kindergarten, and now they're all grown and starting their lives. And it's crazy. It's
That's
crazy how
amazing.
time flies. But you'll never forget a teacher. Did you have a favorite teacher, Melody?
Me, I had several. I had
Mhm.
several favorite teachers. I moved around a bit in high school. I went to several different high schools. So the ones that stick out for me are the ones that like took the time to kind of help me feel loved and accepted in the new place that I went to. I moved during semester break of my senior year of high school from Illinois to Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And that was traumatic for me. I
Yeah.
remind my parents about it all the time when they're like, you shouldn't be like this. I'm like, well, I'm like this because you moved me in the middle of my senior year of high school.
I'm not
And I've
bitter.
always, I never remind them that I met some truly lovely people in Pennsylvania when I lived there. I lived in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, Allentown area. And I met some very truly, truly lovely people there, but I don't remind my parents of that part. But yeah, like it was those teachers that did that for me that like helped me when I moved and I was new, because that is so hard to, like you go in and you move to a new school and you don't know where to sit in the lunchroom, and you sit on a table and it's some other group's table and they are like, what are you doing here? You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So it was those, I have several like that during high school that I remember, but I can still, like Mrs. McDonald was my kindergarten teacher and I loved her to death.
My kindergarten teacher was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
But I was one of the only kids in the class that just could. This is back when they still took naps in kindergarten. We had the little nap mats, and I've never been a nap taker, never have, never will. I had to be really, really sick to take a nap.
Yeah.
And so I just could not lay still and sit still. And so she was like, if you can just be quiet and lay on your mat until everybody falls asleep, then I'll let you get up and go color or do art, because that's what I wanted to do. So she'd give me a little book to read to keep my hands busy. This was signs I had ADHD back then and nobody knew about it. Right. And then she would, once everybody fell asleep, she'd let me tiptoe over to a table. And it was usually me working on whatever coloring assignment I didn't finish because I was so meticulous about it with my art. And so I got to hang out with her and build that relationship. And then my second grade teacher, Miss Davis, she was very special to me because my mom went through breast cancer that year, and it was a really traumatic year.
Yeah.
And so, sometimes my mom wasn't able to do my hair in the morning, and my dad couldn't do a ponytail with a bow to save his life. And so I would come to school and she would fix my hair for me in the morning. So I would look cute. And like those little things.
Those are the things.
Yeah. Because my mom couldn't do it. Right.
Yeah.
Like she was sick. She was in the hospital. And so like that year was really tough. And still to this day, I see Miss Davis and her husband. And so, there's just people. And I would say my art teacher in high school is the reason I became an art major. And pursued my dreams and not what everybody else said I should do. And helped me discover my artistic talents. And what's funny is he was also my dad's shop teacher in high school and my mom's choir teacher in high school. This
Well,
man's been teaching forever. And he
that's
also taught
amazing.
my brother in another class. So he's taught my entire family. And it's
That's
just
so great. I
so cool.
I love that. My third grade teacher, Miss Hatch, got married a couple of years later, and her husband died of brain cancer, and it was so sad. But my girls had her, because then she got remarried and had kids my kids' age. And Mrs. Fackler was their teacher, and she was my third grade teacher and their fourth grade teacher, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But those are the things, like you were saying. It's the ability that teachers and educators have to go outside of their regular job description to be somebody important for a child. It's just the most important thing. And we're just so grateful for all of you guys that are educators out there. We just wanted to do a little thank you as best as we could from our own little small business corner of the world, what we could do for that. So I love that. So when you guys do nominate, we'd love to hear stories like that. I'm over here tearing up from Bethany talking and tearing up from remembering my teachers and my children's teachers.
Think about it very often, but when we do, we all have at least one teacher in our life that had a positive impact. And a lot of times it was because we were going through something really hard outside of school. And for a teacher to recognize that in a child and step in and be that support means it's so huge. Much. And so if you're a teacher, maybe you're a new teacher, you're just starting your career as a teacher, just know, like, every little thing that you do does not go unrecognized, or doesn't have, like, it has a huge impact on these kids, even from a very young age. I still remember not taking naps in the kindergarten and getting to sit there with Miss Scruggs and color at the table. I remember Miss Davis doing my hair or taking me home after school because my mom had an appointment and my dad had to go with her. Or Mr. Hollingsworth letting me skip a study hall and yearbook class so I could take not just 1 year of art my senior year, but I took 3 years of art classes my senior year, even though I got a grade for one of them, because he saw a light. And then he taught a summer painting course before I went to college, and I got to take that from him.
That's so,
and he just lit a fire under me.
That's the thing, guys. That's the thing. We are so grateful for the educators and the teachers that do that. It's so amazing.
Yeah. And Catherine, special ed teachers are,
oh my gosh,
saints. I can never say thank you enough to the teachers that work in special ed for my son growing up. Still to this day, I get messages from them when they follow me on social media and they see me share about Brock. They're like, we just love seeing him flourish. We always saw this light in him, and to see him be successful and doing all that he's doing is really cool. So, and it's because they loved on him.
Yeah.
Because they were the speech therapists, they were the behavior therapists, they were the occupational therapists, they were helping them adjust into classrooms and work through some hard struggles. And those teachers also deserve a special thanks. So thank you, Catherine, for being a special ed teacher, and all the other special ed teachers out there. We need more of you, and we appreciate all of you for sure.
For sure. Okay, well, guys, join us on that sappy Monday morning note. Join us Wednesday, Karen and Lindsay. Come back on Friday for a little craft along. Check out the specials we've got going on for this week for back to school, and nominate those teachers, guys. We really appreciate it. Yeah.
And if you have any questions, just follow along on our social media on Instagram and Facebook. If you haven't already, be sure to join our CutterPillar Creations Facebook group. We've been sharing all sorts of fun things. Melody, you've got to post a picture of your quilt that you made in that group. So if you want to see that, hop on over.
The lighting is terrible on that photo, but I made my husband hold it up. But
maybe crop his feet out.
Crop his feet. Yeah, his feet are funny. We'll leave his funny feet.
We'll leave his feet. But anyway, so hop over there, share what you're making, and we'll see you guys later this week.
And
bye.
Okay, guys, thanks so much. Bye.